Hello, and how are you this morning, this fine day? How are you this fine day? So, today I was just going to touch on the issue of self-worth and just knowing your value and knowing that you're blessed through Christ, and that we should know our gifts, know our purpose, know our skills, know that we are good enough. And to let go of insecurities, fears and thinking of unworthiness. Sometimes, yes, we'll do the work, we'll put in the effort to heal and to get to know those parts of ourselves that that we might not have been in touch with or in communication with for a period of time due to whatever reason. But just that it's not always the case that it's down to us. I say that because in the Bible, it says that God has instructed Ezekiel to dig through a wall, to face his problems basically. And as he dug through the wall, demons, or which can take the form of insecurities, it could be childhood wounds, or a book talked about a person whose parents had really not treated them well as a child, and so they grew up into an adult and didn't relate very well with themselves. And so these demons can be hiding behind issues such as insecurity, such as lack of self-love, lack of self-knowledge even, and just general wrong thinking. Sometimes we're encouraged not to even look behind walls, not to dig into the walls. We're supposed to just keep a stiff upper lip or just smile. It could be worse. All these anecdotes we're told when it comes to facing our problems, rather than just doing the work and facing ourselves, or facing things that we don't even know maybe about ourselves. We might not even know that that's how we're feeling, or those issues are even hiding behind walls. Those entities, we'll call them, or we don't know that those issues are hiding behind walls, because and also, it's not to say that disappointment and sadness and all these emotions aren't a part of life, because they are. They're a necessary part of life as well. We can't be happy 100% of the time. We can't go through life joyful and on an upbeat. We can't be upbeat every day of our life. There will be times of sadness, times of worry, times of distress even. But if you feel that you've slipped into something and that's not your natural state, it could be that it's because spiritually there are forces working against your true spiritual nature. And the book of Ezekiel talks about this, and how God encourages Ezekiel to confront the wall, to dig into the wall, and to face the snakes that hide behind it. And basically these snakes or forces are here from the day we were born, waiting to tempt us, waiting to cause us harm, to pull us away from the knowledge of who we are, and get us into wrong thinking, get us into deviant behaviour, and fulfill their purpose and not God's. And they might present themselves as emotional states. We might be feeling melancholy, we might be feeling sadness for a long period of time and not know what the reason is. Or it could be procrastination, it could be any sort of emotional ease with ourselves, with life in general. And you might think to yourself, well, no, I'm usually not like this. This isn't me. I'm usually the one people come to, or something like that. But yeah, it could be an emotional state. It could be just a pattern of thinking, or just giving, well, not so much giving up, but just a sadness and a focus on maybe the problems in life, the ills of life, and having lost that motivation, that joyfulness, internal joyfulness, not a happy smiley face saying everything's fine. As someone would say, it's fine is fearful, insecure, neurotic and emotional. Not that type of fine, but an inner joy, an inner release. And so these issues can be hiding behind walls that we have been told not to look at. Instead, we must go to the nearest hardware store and buy lots of things and fix our environment, fix the outside, when really it's an internal problem. Situation you find yourself in, don't give up and don't believe that this is the end state of things. But you know, there will be people who approach you in times of their own distress and want you to fix them, but your job is not to fix other people. Your job is to fix yourself. Don't be discouraged, and definitely don't be sidetracked by other people's problems, especially when they have the capacity, especially when you haven't. It's okay when you've healed and you've reached a place where you can, you know you've helped yourself, then yes, help others, but you can't give from an empty plate. So your priority has to be with yourself. So don't feel that you're behind, don't feel that you're a burden, don't feel that you're not worthy of support, because you are, and you have a lot to offer the world, and you have, I'm sure, potential. You have really amazing gifts and skills, either that you know or have yet to be discovered. And so it's just an awareness of your own state and how to work towards anything that you feel may be impacting your life at the moment, causing you blockage from what it is you truly desire. All these things can really impact your manifestation. I mean, you might be wondering why I'm even talking about this situation, why I'm talking about this topic in this way spiritually. But these are all things that impact your ability to manifest. And so if we're just going around in our life thinking, oh, everything's okay, yes, I'm fine, fearful, insecure, neurotic and emotional, then we're not really going to deal with the deeper issues that are blocking us from attaining what it is we truly want out of life, who we can truly be, myself included. So, and I only speak on this because I really understand issues of this nature and have a passion for psychology and just how our environment impacts us. And we have to always go back to our early years and how they were formed and how we were impacted. There may be issues behind walls that we may have put up the walls ourselves. We might not be the cause of what's actually hiding behind it, but we may have put up walls to protect ourselves, to separate ourselves, to try and draw a line in the sand. And so spiritually, we owe it to ourselves, really. Spiritually, we owe it to ourselves to look at those things that impede our growth, that impede our connection with Source, with ourselves, with our future selves. And so I'm going to wrap it up here, and I hope some of what I've imparted to you today has been useful, has been inspirational even, has been informative in some way. and I'll speak to you next time.